Well, hello. How y'all doing today? I'm Mr. Michael. I'm actually working on a project here. Let me elevate my lift chair so I can talk to you about it. See this corner carpet behind me? It needs to get out of this corner because I'm actually going to be building a Module 2 on my model train layout that's going to wrap around that corner. And I have a lot of stuff in that corner cupboard, so I need to have a place to put it. So first, what I want to do is I want to show you what Module 2 is going to look like. So why don't you check out this picture on the screen right now? Well, as you can see in that picture, it has a bunch of lines on it. You can see the Module 2. You can see the new corner cupboard that's going to go in there, and you can see the existing model train layout. And you can also see the L-shaped, if that's what you want to call it, sections that are going to be coming off of it. So I have to get rid of the corner cupboard behind me in order to make this. So where am I going to put that stuff that's in that corner cupboard? Well, here is where we decided to put that display case for the corner cupboard stuff to go in there, and we'll be giving that other corner cupboard away that's behind my chair here. So the idea that you can see there is we've got an opening there on the left side of your screen there. That's going to be a closed-in cabinet because we're going to have a light inside there that's going to be able to do different things, change colors, maybe do a musical dance or something. And so we're going to be doing some different paneling behind it, and there's going to be two doors that are going to open up. On the end over there by the trash can, that's going to be a glass opening too. So I want to show you these original steps before we get too far advanced. You can see over on the right by the trash can there's an upright 1x board. There's notches down at the bottom, as you can see. There's going to be 1x boards that divide accordingly to support some knotty pine paneling that I want to put in there. That's going to go even in the back of the control cabinet door there. So what I want to do is I want to show you that image of that knotty pine that I want to put on. You can see that on the screen right now. I think that will look pretty cool in the background. We're also going to run that knotty pine around behind that trash can. I think that'll look pretty good. We got get a 4x8 sheet of it anyway, so we'll have some left over. So what I like to do is there's a drawing over there on the wall there. I like to show you what that's all about. So keep watching. Let me go over there. Well, here's my concept idea of what I want to do. You can see that this is a 60 inches by 11 inches by 34 1/4 inches high. So here's the overall dimensions. This is that 12-inch control cabinet door. That'll have a solid pine door on it. This here will be glass doors inside of a frame. So this door will open this way. This door will open this way. So there's going to be, I already got this base built. I got this piece of wood setting here, and I got this piece of wood setting here. This one has to have a piece in front of it and behind it. So does this one. This will be a centerpiece right here, and then a centerpiece coming out here. This is from the top looking down, if you would. So this is this board that's in place. This board's in place. So these little notches right here indicate the back supports for the paneling and for these structures that are coming this way. So these are 3/4 inch boards that form this. And in the front, I'm going to put 1.5 inch board. So we'll have a 1/2 inch or so on each side of that 3/4 inch board in order to build the frame and also put the paneling in the back part of that. So we're going to keep plugging along here, and you'll see sections of this being built. So please keep watching. Well, my friends, it's another day and another project here on the display case. So I thought I'd bring you a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take this thing outside, and first thing I want to do is build a support areas in the back of it for my paneling to go on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you closer, and I'm going to view down there and get down there with you and show you kind of what I had in mind. So keep watching. Well, as promised, my friends, I'm down here at your level. So what I want to do is I want to get a measurement from the floor up to this point right here. And I'm sure it's probably not going to be all the same. That's 34 and a half. Let's go over here and see which this one is. 34 and a half. I'm going to make it 34 and a quarter because I'm going to build this whole framework and then slide it in there. So 34 and a quarter by an inch and a half. That's what I have these designed at. So what we're going to do, my friends, is I'm going to take this outside and I'm going to show you how I'm going to build that thing in the back. So we need support, coming up. Then we need a top support. Then we need a support here that'll hold the bottom of the paneling. That also holds the middle walls that we're doing there too. That'd be cool for you to check that out. So keep watching, and we're going to go outside now. Well, welcome to what I call my front yard. I got the camera down a little lower so you can see what I'm doing. Anyway, in order to build a structure like this takes a little bit more ingenuity. So let's say I'm gonna put these pieces right here, okay? I don't want to put them in there yet, because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting some cross pieces flat for that back wall. In order to do that, you need to have a pocket hole jig, which I do have, and we have some screws that we're going to be putting in there and some plugs, because we're going to be doing this all the way around some decorative areas. So I'm going to go get a couple of clamps, and I'm going to clamp a couple pieces in here to get started to show you how I'm going to do it. So let me get a couple of clamps. Depending on the width of this thing, we might have to go to bar clamps, but we don't. That'll work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start down here by you guys. I'm going to put this thing in here as tight as I can, and I'm going to clamp it in there so it's even with my frame that I built. And then I'm going to clamp in my next piece, my next pig, and everything works correctly. Those ought to set in there. If they don't, then I got to take my jigsaw and cut them a little bit deeper. So I want to make sure everything is going to work effectively, or else I'm going to have to take and cut them deeper. Yep, I'm going to have to do that with my jigsaw. I just want you guys to see the general idea how to do this, in case you want to make anything like this on your own. So now those pieces are in there, right? But they're not very straight. Some of them are twisted. So what we do is we lay this piece flat. We take this measurement in here, and then we're going to use our jig to make that work. And then on the top of it, we're going to take a 3-inch piece and go across the top of it. And that's how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to have to get my jigsaw out and cut these a little tighter to make sure they all fit. I'll be right back. Well, I got it all notched so they all fit. Got two of them sitting here. So I'm going to have a bottom piece that's going to go in. It's going to be big enough for that area. So I went ahead and cut that one. That one's going to go down here. Might cut one a little bit tighter. This one here, I have made to go up on the top. So I'll go up there. The hardest part is making these little jigs, I believe. In order to do that, I set my clamp flat. You want to clamp that thing down. If you get this lined up on each one of your cuts on the end, you pretty much have it going good. I like to come in just a little ways. So it's not right on that edge. Okay. Then you're going to have to hold on tight and drill your hole. This drill bit came with it. It has a stop on it, so you don't go lower than that stop. What I'm going to do now, it makes that kind of hole on there. So what I'm going to do now is put that over here on this side, get her clamped down. Clamp it tight. I'm going to drill that hole. All right, that's it. Repeat the same thing for the bottom and the top. And how do we know if this is level? Well, we can use a level off of the end here. We can level our next piece. All right. Now what I want to do is I want to have this to the back side of the cabinet. Just put that in there like that. Put a clamp over the top of it. And you're ready to go. But I want to glue that first. So I'm going to go ahead and get my first couple of sections going, and then I'll start the camera a little bit further back. Well, welcome to day 3 of this cabinet build. What we're going to do is we're going to put a couple pieces on the front, put our top piece on, and we're going to sand it down. Keep watching. Before I get too far along, I wanted to show you what I'm doing here. This front is not supported to the bottom except for toe screwing it in. So what I've done is I've cut my board in there. I've also drilled this bottom board out. As you can tell, it's got the grooves on each side. This board actually is going to come up here. So I don't have a clamp here long enough to span this distance. So I'm going to have to do something a little bit different. Going to have to get this piece nailed down where I want it to be in a perfect straight line with this board right here. And you'll know it's straight. You put a straight edge up against your back wall. So I'm going to go ahead and get my air nailer out, and I'm going to tack this in down at the bottom down here. Then I'm going to use some of my specialty screws that go with this down at the bottom of that. So then I can figure out how to get this top piece in there. If I had a longer bar clamp, that would work, but just a little short on funds. So keep watching. Well, how about we finish this thing out? Are y'all on in there?
Yep.
All right. As you can tell, I used my bungee strap to pull that in. So I want to put this piece in here next. But I want to pull the whole thing tight. So what I'm going to do is use my strap. Need some more length. Helps if you get that thing so you can work with it. You can see it. As you can tell, I decided to come over into the shade. All right, let's put our board in there. Put some glue on it. Once again, remember to put your screws to the inside. So I may or may not have to put fillers in there. Find it a little bit easier to get the ladder out. Let me do that now. I want to clamp this thing so it'll stay flush for me. normally left-handed, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. One down, 3 more to go. And 2. Same thing here. All right. Now we're cooking with molasses. Let's get rid of this strap. Just like so. Everything's square. Square this side. This side. We got one more piece to put in there. This end. Try to find your most decorative pieces. These are going to be visible. And the same thing you did on the front. You want to make sure your ends are flush. I'm going to go ahead and finish putting the screws in there, do some tweaking, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Yeah, friends, we're almost done with this thing. Last thing I want to do is put a couple of temporary braces across the top of this metal and tack it down. And then when we get it permanently installed, I'll put some L brackets into the countertop underneath to hold it. But I want something temporarily to hold it so it don't go anywhere on me. When I get those tacked in there, I'll come back and we'll take this in the house. My next step is to fill the holes with wood filler, then sand this all down, and then stain it. I'm going to do that off camera. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put the paneling in on camera. I want you to see the transition and what that's going to look like. And then we'll get the doors made, and then we'll get some glass. Talk to you later.